And then I'm going to go over to here. We got a cool little scene here. So how this is going to work is we're going to do it live on stream, but we're going to also thank you for this for a random activity. Hype RV, thank you so much for that. Wise Ginger, good to see you. How are you doing? Hope you guys are well. Miss you too, Wise Ginger. Welcome in. Miss your sweet name face. Yeah, we're gonna get Rochelle in here and have Rochelle be on that side over there, and then we'll get right to it. I might have to turn. Is the volume of the music at an okay level? Is it like it just needs to be very, very slight so that there's something, but I don't want it to be too loud at all. I'll turn it down on this end a little bit. Okay. It should be good. Defender, good to see you. I think it's good. Might want to change category. Yes. That is the last thing I was going to do. Thank you. Is change categories from Tomodachi. Special events. It is indeed a special event. You know, I guess this could be technically also maybe food and drink, but nah, it's more of a special event. It's more of like a podcast or interview or something. Okay. I think everything is switched over. Let me put my monitor to a different frequency here so that we can do I can figure out how to put Rochelle on the screen. Let's see here. Okay. All right, Rochelle, I'm going to call you and then I'm going to see if I can put you up here real quick. Let me get you on a call. I think we can just do this straight from Discord, and then I can place the Discord video on the screen as well as have your voice. Voice through Discord usually is the best option for me, at least. But I'm gonna video call you, and then let me figure out a camera for me. Virtual cam. Hold on. I gotta turn that on, don't I? Virtual cam. Oh my gosh, hello?
Hello.
I can hear you clearly. Nice and
Excellent.
clearly. Let me turn you up a little bit. And then I'll put you on my screen. Hey, hi, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing super. So nice to have you. Yeah, one second. Get you up on here. Usually. Yeah, there we go. Label this Rochelle. Okay, and then I'm gonna bum.
I see it.
Perfect.
It's coming together.
It is. It's all coming together. You know, can I make it similar size? I sure can with the power of friendship here. Okay.
Everyone hold hands.
That's how everything gets done. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay, it looks nice. Now, which direction are you? Are you going to be looking whenever you're looking at a screen?
I'm probably going to be looking at where I'm looking right now.
Really looking right now? Okay, let me flip you. Boom. Perfect. Sweet.
Am I supposed to be able to see you in Discord or no?
Can you not or
it keeps saying failed to load camera.
But
I can look at your face with a sweet delay on Twitch if that makes it easier.
So I have my camera. I am sharing my camera to you, and it's showing it's shared on my end. But for some reason, I guess you're not seeing that. Yeah, I don't know.
No worries.
If you wanted to, I guess like refresh. You could refresh Discord or like leave and come back. Maybe that would work, but or I could leave and come back. Well, maybe that would work too. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'll call you in just a second. I'll call you. We got to try it. You got to test it at least. Got to test it. Okay. My camera is virtual. Is that still not loading for you?
I see you now.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Hi.
Alive Sandy.
Yes, hello. Good to see you. Welcome on to our very first Between the Wheat in like 2 years, probably a little over 2 years. I used to do this show. This is like the first thing that I ever did content creation wise, where I wasn't even on Twitch. I didn't even know about Twitch really, but I started a YouTube channel of Between the Wheat where I like interview. I was living in Chicago also, so that is such a past me vibe of like I'd bring on my friends that in Chicago, my acting buddies, and we would eat sandwiches and just chit chat and get to know each other and just vibe. And I've always loved the idea of this show, and it's been a fun thing to be able to do. And it's honestly the reason why I started Twitch is to do this live instead of like make it a YouTube series. So the fact that we're bringing it back for today is very exciting. I'm happy to have you on here. Can you tell us who you are, a little bit about yourself, and then we can get into like what we can also get into the sandwiches that we've prepared today as well. So who are you, Rochelle?
Who is this girl? Hi, everybody. I'm Rochelle Sanchez. I am an illustrator artist in California, and I use she, her pronouns, and I'm here to eat a tasty sandwich I've been staring at for 20 minutes. So I'm excited about this.
I have been looking at this for a long time. I had a nice coffee that has been a nice tide me over situation, but I'm going to very much enjoy this sandwich for sure. Yeah, so what do we got going on today? What sandwich did we choose?
I get to showcase.
Yeah.
Time for the sandwich showcase. Pull the red curtain back. Mm-hmm. I have a grilled cheese, but I have bougied it up a little. Mm-hmm. I made it myself, so I'm actually I've got it on dishes and stuff. So
I'm happy we both chose to bougie it.
Yeah, just a little bit. So
toasted.
I've got this. Well, you got to start out with the all-American classy Kraft singles cheese product.
Yes.
So I do have that in there, but I bougie it up by adding what's it called? Sharp white cheddar on top of it.
Yeah,
so it's got a little bit of that bang.
Melts good.
And then it's on gluten-free bread that is, this flavor is called Hawaiian soft. So I think it's supposed to like emulate those Hawaiian bun rolls that come in like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that's going to be exciting. And then of course, just like pan fry it with butter. Gotta have butter.
Of course. Now, okay, so I hear that you're this is like one of my first questions. I hear that you are I hear you say that you go butter route versus mayo. Have you ever tried a mayo grilled cheese situation? You ever heard of this?
I'm not brave enough to do the mayo. I'm sorry.
No,
I have to work up my way up to that.
You're okay. No, yeah. Work up.
I have heard about that. And I can understand, but I'm like, but then that would mean that I can't do the butter. Maybe I could one of these days I can meet you halfway and do like butter on one side and then mayo on the other, and then that'll get me there like slowly, small steps.
I do like this. Now, are there any particular reasons why you chose this sandwich tonight? Is it an easy sandwich to make? Is that why you went for that route? Is it something that you just had around still? You didn't have to go grocery shopping, or is it like a sandwich that you have a lot? Is it like a favorite of yours situation?
I mean, the short answer is that it's easy to make.
I was about to say, it can have zero significance. You could have just said you threw a dart at a board and it's and that's what it landed on.
Or it could represent my entire life story. So we need to get into that.
That is
right?
also true. Yeah. Deep lore with the sandwich. It makes you.
It's who I am, Sandy.
It makes you who you are today. Absolutely. So this is the first time that I'm looking at my sandwich. I went to my favorite deli and ordered. They got the good wrap with it too. I went to my favorite deli and ordered this, and they don't make just grilled cheeses, so I had to like make my own there, which was fine. But I added. This is the first time I'm seeing the cross section of it. I added. Like I said slight salami. I said just to put a little bit of, just like throw a little bit like a piece or two of salami. I said a little light salami, and the cross section. I told them I was going for a grilled cheese, and the cross section is they really went for the salami. They really did give me now ratio for a grilled cheese. Ratio is everything, and they did give me. it's They really
sandwich maker at the deli said
Truly.
Slight salami.
They said we never.
That.
Yeah, exactly. We never do slate. Yeah.
No. Get out of here.
I will thoroughly enjoy.
Take this 1 pound of salami and get this out.
Right. They said we do not do less than 1 pound. We don't do less than 1 pound here.
No.
But I am going to thoroughly enjoy this.
I do have an extra.
You have an extra
thing that I didn't tell you. I have a secret.
Yeah.
And that is that I gotta dip it into something, so I also have a little tomato bisque soup in a bowl.
You did went extra. You did go extra. And you made this.
Yeah.
Little bisque.
Well, I made it in that I popped the can off of the Campbell's soup.
You made
can.
It. That made
and
it.
I microwaved it in my microwave. So like, I think that counts for something.
It does count for something. You got a dip. I don't even have a dip. I have mine has I believe I have wiped sharp cheddar as well, and then I have I think I got, oh man, I'm trying to remember the cheeses that I had 3 different cheeses in there, and then I had a little bit of salami, and then I have a little bit of spicy mayo in there for a lubricant. I usually go, I don't know about you, I usually go in my, they didn't have this there, but I usually try to put in some nice pesto into. I put a little bit of pesto into my grilled cheeses usually, but they did not have. They were pesto-less there today, so we did not. I know. I said, how am I even here? Why am I even here?
Why are they still open?
Right, exactly. How are they still open? No, but yeah, it's good old. You can't really go wrong with a grilled cheese. I do love me a nice grilled cheese. So before we start going into what's going on and learn a little bit about you, Rochelle, would you like to take the first bite with me? Would you like to take the? I'm assuming that your first bite, probably all bites have to you have to go dip wise. You have to dip it, right? Okay.
That is correct. Your process.
I know. Yeah, I know the steps.
Thank you.
Know the steps.
Thank you.
Plush is taking notes. Thank you, Plush, for taking notes. Yeah.
All right, I am dipped.
Dipped and ready. Okay.
Tomato bisque is loaded.
All right, I'll count it down. On go, of course. Okay, right.
On go.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is.
Oh, I like this bread.
This is just a crazy amount of salami in here. I don't think I've ever had this much salami at one time.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit salami. There's definitely not a whole lot of salami in your mouth right now.
The bisque.
Second bite. I gotta do it.
You gotta.
Yum.
Mm-hmm. I'm loving your station, your whole vibe that you got going on your wall. I see Pizza Planet. I see
this stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is I call it my wall of joy. It started off as just like, you put stuff on your walls.
Of course.
And I was like, I like maps. I used to have friends when they go to vacation and stuff. I'm like, I don't really need souvenirs or anything, but bring me a map of the place, like the souvenir tourist map.
Mm-hmm.
And so I had those kind of plastered on it. That's like the bottom layer right against the wall. And then it grew from there where I was like, this can hang on a wall. I'm going to put it up. This can also hang on a wall. And now I'm just like, I like a thing. It goes on the wall behind me. I get to see it every day.
Now, is it one of those things where is it like you have it framed right on where it is, and then like right outside of your frame is just you actually have wall like where you can see it? Is it like just a section, a mini section of your place?
This is a little early for a call out. I mean, we've only had like one or two bites, maybe. It's a little early, but this is your show. I'll let you have it. No, I will prove it to you. There's like more stuff. See,
Okay.
The wall continues. All right. Can I stay on the show? Can I?
Of course.
Can I stay here?
Of course. Okay. I'm sorry for calling you out there.
It's okay. I hear you though. Not every wall is like this, but it's a pretty significant chunk behind me.
I've been watching. There's some guy on TikTok that I keep seeing where his bit is where he's doing like fun things. Really, he's like talking to you, and then like, but he's like, but the bit is that he has like a taped off like just square rectangle behind him where all of the stuff on his wall is, and then everything out of that is like so minimalist vibes in his house, and I love the idea of that. It's very Zoom call.
That's
coded,
fair. You know,
it's a good Zoom call.
You got to do it.
It's very much
these times.
It's very much. Hey, I'm in my underwear on this Zoom call at our meeting today, and you have no clue, and you will never know. You know, streamers don't have
I respect it.
pants or on. You know, any of those. How's your sandwich? How's it going? How's it going over there?
This sandwich is good. I didn't think that the Hawaiian sweet roll flavor would like really change it for me, because I just usually do whatever like multi-grain, wheat and all that stuff. But I'm like, oh no, I have to do this every time now. And if they ever cancel this flavor, I will be devastated.
I'm a big proponent of bread in general. Is like such an elevator of, and it elevates the sandwich in such a way it can like make or break. You know, I think it's one of the most important ingredients for sure.
Yes, I agree.
That's what the deli that I went to is good at. Is they like make all their bread fresh, Dutch crunch.
But they didn't have pesto.
But they didn't have pesto. You're so right. I'm writing a letter. I'm gonna write a letter about it.
Is there such thing as a breadless sandwich, or is that just something else?
I know there's open face, of course, but if you say, I guess if you say breadless, you could also say, like, you could use like a lettuce wrap, maybe. I don't know, but is a wrap a sandwich? Then it goes into that argument discussion. It usually turns into an argument with certain people.
Yeah, I feel ready to argue.
People
like,
are very people are heated. People are heated about what a sandwich is, for sure. You know, for a long time, for years, when I used to be, my name on Twitch was That Sandwich Dude, and for the first couple years of streaming, every single stream, it felt like I would have someone come in and ask me if a hot dog was a sandwich. And I would answer. I'd answer my opinion. It changed a little bit in the course of me streaming too, whether or not I thought it was. But I landed on the idea that a hot dog is like a sub. It's like a sub sandwich where it's not fully cut through, you know, in a way. So you could argue that. But then I also argued the point of that was my fun answer. And then I also argued, when I got really technical with it, I was like I would say cultural. There's like a cultural definition, and then a technical. You want to be right definition, and everybody that's asking me if a hot dog is a sandwich wants it to be this technical. No, is it a sandwich? But culturally, a hot dog is a hot dog, and that's all that it is, and it is not anything else other than a hot dog. Also a
But then your
taco.
name on Twitch is that sandwich guy, and
It's
then you feel
true.
like you have to kind of impress people when they come in,
It's
and like your whole
true.
reputation's on the line.
It was a really hard thing to keep up. Yeah, this is why we changed. The liability was insane.
The pressure,
The pressure
the
of it
pressure.
was really getting to me, and people were looking for me to answer for answers. I said I'm literally just a guy. I'm just singing songs or something. But we also got into, I don't know if you've seen like the meme picture of like the cube rule. Have you seen the cube rule of sandwiches or something like that? I don't have it on speed dial anymore to be able to just show at a whim, but there's a I'm sure someone in here, everybody in here, a couple people in here knows I'm talking about, where it's like a photo of like six different pictures of like geometrical shapes, and it's talking about when a geometrical shape like has certain amount of sides, or things, food items have certain sides, it is classified as a different thing, whether it's a calzone, whether it's a hot dog, whether it's a sandwich, whether it's a thing. So people like to go off of that because it's a fun little drawing situation. But at the end of the day,
So the number of sides dictates whether it's a sandwich?
kind of, yeah. The sides being bread, I guess, as well. So like,
Okay, I see.
like an all-sided bread, I guess
An all-sided
block,
bread.
an all-sided. That sounded interesting.
Now I'm thinking about like space
block,
and
exactly.
time. Like how many
For real.
axes does
For real, no,
bread
it
have?
goes into that. It does look like that.
And which direction does it go? And that
Oh,
dictates
see,
whether we're
Soup
going in
has
the
it.
bread dimension
Soup
or
just linked
the
it.
pizza dimension.
Yeah, so Soup linked it in the chat. It's the cube rule, and it's literally that. It's showing like XYZ planes and of like different sides of sandwich of things and what they're classified as. Which I do like that. I do like the way that they classify things. I think that's fun.
No, I like it. Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, I'm
This
into it.
this just made me feel a lot better about like life and the world. So
Right?
yeah, thank you for that.
Answers, getting answers about life is always nice, especially in 2026. I would say, but yeah, I love me a sandwich. I don't know how that started. I think I liked sandwiches since college. I remember going to Aldi is how I survived in college and how I was able to even pay for college. And I would go to Aldi and I would get their like ciabatta bread, really cheap ciabatta bread, and then I'd get like a little bit of turkey slices and some cheese and some mayo. And I would every single day I would make a ciabatta turkey sandwich every single day. I for years, and like and then even to the point where my roommate was like, you gotta cut that out, and like I was like no,
Mind your business, roommate.
Exactly. And so I guess after that I was like, I kind of like sandwiches a little bit. I might need to do something with that. So coming up with ideas or something.
That was your favorite sandwich at the time then?
It was the easiest one. Yeah. I have a
okay.
favorite and then I have an easy. For sure. My favorite sandwich, and I say that I've said this for all my life, is a Vietnamese banh mi sandwich for sure is my favorite.
Yes.
Yeah, we definitely.
Which kind?
I like going in the route of like a ginger beef or like a like a kind of like a garlic chicken was always good too whenever I would get that. Yeah, I was such a fan of. There was a place in college that I go to every week at least that they were. It was called Corianders, and it was famous for their pho. It was on campus corners, like right, I could walk to it, and they were famous for their pho, and everybody raved about the pho, and I was there for 4 years, and I never once tried their pho because I tried their banh mi first. The first time I went there, and I could never go back and not have the banh mi. So I was like, I just can't try the pho ever unless I have banh mi and pho, which I never was that hungry to do. So I was just like, I'm just trapped in this now, I guess, and I can't get anything else. Can't even try.
So you understand my dilemma with the mayonnaise on a grilled cheese sandwich?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
What is, if you had to say what your favorite sandwich was, what would you say?
Well, interesting you should say that because right now, my favorite sandwich, like if you went out and said you're gonna get me my current favorite sandwich is actually a banh mi. It's
Mm,
banh mi grilled pork that
mm-hmm.
is from this like very specific Vietnamese place that's like in the part of town that like I know I'm putting myself at risk of my car getting broken into one of these days, but
Mm-hmm.
it's worth it. I'd be like, I need that sandwich,
For the
and I
banh
don't
mi, yeah.
mind, and I'm gonna keep coming back here because it's just amazing, and
Mhm.
it's actually really cheap too. Like in
Banh
this
mi's in
day and
general,
age,
yeah, banh mi's in general are really
yeah,
cheap, and I don't understand. I don't understand how or why, but I am here for that. I'm very much here for that.
yeah.
They offset the gas prices. I'm into it. We all just need to get
I
more
don't know
banh
how they
mi's.
do it. Yeah,
I don't
is
either.
your banh mi like really drippy? The one that I order is very drippy. When
Drippy,
you
yeah. I mean, because they got that. Usually, mine comes with like an aioli sauce in there.
yeah,
Pretty
some kind of
drippy,
thing.
yeah, pretty drippy for sure. Oh man, and I usually get the. I would get the. I mean, that's where I was introduced to like get these like nice spring rolls with like peanut sauce. Peanut
Mm-hmm.
sauce. Oh, I'd dip that. I dip my banh mi in peanut sauce. I could just have peanut
Yeah,
sauce with a straw, honestly. But
yeah, exactly.
you know,
Any sauce that comes with Vietnamese food, you just keep it out,
you
and
do,
then you just like dip everything in it.
you do, you do. No, I'm happy that we have the same. I'm happy that your answer is finally someone is correct in what their favorite sandwich is, and it's you.
I got it
I'm
right.
happy about you did get
I
it right. You're
got
the
it
only
right.
one. I have done a lot of between the weed episodes, and you were the only one. So, we love that. We do love that. So you got a very fun wall full of colors and vibrant things and fun things, and I'm assuming some of that is some of your doing. Um, and so I want to talk a little bit about that. I want to talk about what you've been up to recently with art things, with illustration stuff, and like kind of like I also really want to know like how you got, because you were telling me how you got back into it, or how you kind of like how it kind of like brought you back into a certain space. So if you wanted to, yeah, tell me the lore. What's the lore of Rochelle here?
Yeah, I used to really be into like art stuff.
Mm-hmm.
In high school and college, I went to architecture school, so it's like kind of art and creative, but it's also kind of like really,
Oh, for
really
sure.
not.
I mean, it's
I
math,
ended
but
up
it's
not
also
really
art.
using.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's that kind of thing. But I did use art as like an outlet. It was my hobby. I grew up in the heyday of Disney animation, in the 90s with the,
Oh yeah.
Ariel and Belle and Aladdin and all those fantastic characters and storylines, as long as you don't dive too deeply into it, of course. But it's one of those things where like I always really loved cartoons and drawing in general. And as we do with with adulthood, like I
Mhm.
stepped away from it and I not forgot how, but I stopped drawing for fun,
Mhm.
and it turned into,
Was it just
I
like a
only draw for
busy thing? Do you
school.
think? Was it like a there's just a lot of things on the plate? Was it
I think so. It
that
must
kind
have
of took you
been. It
away?
was
Yeah.
like, college is hard.
Mm.
and
Fair,
and
fair. Yeah.
yeah, college is
Architect
hard and
my dad's an architect, and I was very much I was the kid though that was like, I'm gonna go do you know theater and stuff like that. So I definitely went against my father's wishes, and because he wanted me to be an architect too. But I do know how. I mean, that's a hard degree. You can't really do a whole lot outside of that degree, in my opinion.
yeah,
You know,
and you also
you're staying up
you
late,
can't do much like without it. So
right?
it's
Right.
yeah, it's rough. And I have my beef with it, with the architecture
Of
like
course,
industry and all
of
that stuff.
course.
And I didn't end up using it at all. But it has been really helpful,
Also helpful though,
And I
yeah,
that's
for sure.
yeah,
I would assume.
I definitely have an ongoing joke like with myself of like, all right, that my out of state architecture degree finally coming in handy with this cartoon I'm drawing.
Hmm.
There it is.
Do you tend to
So
now? I have questions really quick about architecture
sure.
stuff because I love I mean, I do love architecture.
Mhm.
But I know that you do a lot of art things, and you've been doing portrait stuff, which we'll get into, and illustration stuff. But do you find yourself doing like art wise, do you find yourself doing things like architecturally, like art pieces, like landscaping, like landscapes and things like that? Do you ever do that? A whole lot or no?
No, pretty much no. I think that it comes in
Fair.
handy occasionally when I have to use like my drawing skills that were helpful in architecture school. Like recently, I drew a character and he was sitting on a bar, like up against a bar stool
Mhm.
with like kind of a vague impression of a bar scene behind him. And I was like, oh yeah, I know how to, do this like rendering of a, wood and stuff like that, or like slight lighting behind him, slight shadows, because I know that it comes out. And then like the other day I doodled on a little map and drew like, because yeah, I we'll get into it, but I drew on a map that was like lots of mess and dirt and like blood and gory stuff
Mhm. Mhm.
on a map that I was playing a game with. And so I was like, I like this use of my architecture degree,
Yeah.
doing these like splats and dirt trails and stuff like that. I'm like, I still know how to do it. Looks real.
We love that. We
There it
love that.
is.
No, very helpful though.
Tuition
That's cool.
tuition money spent well.
I love that. So, okay, so you've come back, you came back to, you took a little bit of a break and then you came back to it. And what revitalized this? What did you, was it just on a whim you were like, "Hey, maybe I should try this again or get back into it and just see where my love is for it?" Or what happened there? What was the catalyst, do you think?
Not really, honestly. It's a little bit of a sad story. So like last year, my younger brother passed away and I was like a caregiver for him. He was special needs, he was autistic, and like, with that happening, I had to kind of find myself again, and I'm still doing that because
Of course.
it's an
That
ongoing
is
years long.
that is a major thing to handle and navigate for sure. Oh.
Yeah, yeah. So it was like handling grief and then also being like, okay, now that I don't have to take care of another human, what do I do with myself and my time? And so my part of my process was just letting myself do anything that I had any remote interest in. Like
Mm.
if I'm trying to find any way to be happy and find joy in my own life and also distract myself from things that are happening, then, like anything at all. So I would be uh I I learned how I took singing lessons. Like I
Mhm.
had never gotten singing lessons before.
Okay. Mhm.
Um I took up like ceramics, so I learned how to relearned how to use a wheel for ceramics
Mhm.
and doing that kind of stuff. I learned how to roller skate. Uh, I took an archery lesson just to learn because you just like basically anything that you've ever been like you tell someone else, oh, always wanted to try that.
Mhm.
And I was like, I've always wanted to try that. How do I try that? Instant Google, add it to the list. How
So
do I
you
do it?
created your own '80s montage. You created your own training montage with
I
different
sure
fun
did, didn't
activities. I
I?
like that. I like that a lot. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
How are you at archery?
Yeah.
How's archery
I was
going?
I was good.
You okay?
I apparently
Mhm.
had
Mhm.
really good technique, but the trick was that I had never even held a bow before.
Mm.
And so I, private tutor, he's like, "Okay, now we have if I have nothing to go on, then I'm just like really listening to him
Yeah.
and doing exactly what he says." So, you know, but I apparently was really good and had the right makings of being in, going that route.
That's fun. Eventually, you can get to the 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 archery people that can like pull the bow and shoot with their foot. You ever see those?
Oh yeah,
You ever see?
that's the goal.
Yeah, yeah. That's the ultimate goal. I feel like that's got to be that's the end goal, end game for any archer. I think is
Yeah.
the
And then do it while eating a sandwich.
yes, yes. That's
Yes.
a niche one, but yeah, 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 for sure. That's the goal's goal. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
um,
That's the upgraded goal.
so you did now. Currently, you were telling me that you've gotten back into this love of illustration and you've started to kind of get more into that, and to even the point where you've got a couple people commissioning you for certain things for certain what you've been telling me is that it's been specifically for fun like role playing TTRPG Dungeons and Dragons characters. Is this like it is that a combination? I mean, I'm assuming that you have some love for D&D as well if you're even in that space with those kind of people. So do you D&D a lot? Do you do that a whole lot?
Yeah, I got into it. That was one of the
Yeah.
things. I was like, I've always wanted to try D&D. I had been watching like Dropout TV, Dimension 20
Yeah.
shows, and mostly just for like the stories and the comedic value and just like getting myself to laugh. But then I was like, wait a minute, is this how it's played? Because I had heard of Dungeons and Dragons,
Mhm.
but I didn't really know anything about it. And then that just got added to my list. I was like, I want to learn how to play D&D. Let's see how this
Sweet.
goes. And it turns out that I became one of those people who's like, this is my whole personality now
You gotta.
and
I
everything
mean,
else.
it's
Yeah.
so fun to make that your personality, though. I feel like that's a
It's
good
really,
it's a good personality to have. I don't know. I might be biased,
yeah,
but
I went in deep. I was like, oh no, I'm going to alienate anyone who doesn't join me in this magical imaginary realm, but I don't mind because I just want to stay here.
So how did you get into it? How'd you find a group? How was that search for you? Because I've done a couple very very small campaigns in my lifetime. Not enough. I need to get back into it because I love D&D. But all of my campaign stuff has been through. Luckily, I've had certain just close friends that are like authors and things like that just like love writing stories, and so they'll like be like,
Yeah.
I'll try DMing, and so like we get a group of
Yeah.
like my buddies, and like, but there is like a whole community out there in pretty much every city you can think of that you can like go to board game cafes and just like join in on different groups like online even or like meet up with people. And I guess I was just wondering how'd you do your looking for group situation, your LFG on there?
Yeah, I definitely spent a lot of time on like Reddit
Mm.
and trying to, Facebook groups. I went
Mhm.
that route. I really, really tried. I went to local gaming stores
Mhm.
and joined theirs, but it was never really, I don't know. That's the whole finding a group of strangers to play a role play game with is quite the
I
quite the
Exactly.
task.
I would assume that's why I ask about it is because like I've never had to really do that yet, and I feel like I might have to soon if I'm gonna want to play D&D. So I was wondering how interesting that process is, or at least how it was for you. So how'd you land in it? What do you end up doing?
I ended up going the paid route, honestly. I in two D&D campaigns online, and then I do a kind of a we're in a like a temporary 10 session type of thing with an in-person group that I got lucky that it was just someone who said that they, locally that they have a group game going, and it's not D&D, it's the Genesis system.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I have like three different groups that I play with, and I ended up going with the paid route because it's just, you know what? I'll pay for someone to do a really good job of hosting this and making sure that everyone, is having a good time, someone who's leading it, and
Mhm.
then like it's just worked out for me that way. I had to try a few of them,
Yeah, I
but
have a question on that. I have not I don't know what that means. What do you mean I've never heard of that. A paid route. Are you pay
really?
like you did are you like putting out feelers for somebody you're like I'll pay somebody to DM a campaign? Is that what that is?
No,
What's the paid route? What do you mean by that?
it's a website. So I go to start playing, so it's startplaying.games, and it's
Okay.
basically just an entire, you know, database of people who are DMs who put out games and listings
Mhm.
and say how many like spots are open, what the campaign is,
Oh,
and the
that's so
price per
cool.
session. Yeah. And so like you literally just filter by whatever system you want to play and whether you want it to be like beginner friendly, role play heavy, mechanics heavy, that kind of thing. And then like, you sign up and then it's a bunch of like pay to play players who
Mhm.
all want to play, and it's just worked out for me for
Well, I would
for so
assume
many reasons.
yeah, I would assume that works out because that is that really filters out the people. People, whoever is in that is serious about it, and then they're
Yeah.
gonna show up every month or
Hmm.
week that you all do it. So that makes sense. I guess I've just never heard of that. I mean, it makes sense. I don't know why I would never think that was a thing, but yeah. I mean, I feel like if I ever, I feel like if I'm gonna get into it, I might need to do that as well. That's cool though. That's very cool. Yeah, yeah. See, Egg hasn't heard of that at all either. Yeah, it's interesting. Very interesting. I'll have to look at. Oh, thank you. Literally was about to ask you for that link. I'll have to check that out for sure. Because I really
Yeah.
want to get into
It's
it.
been really good for me. I mean, like, obviously you have to dip around,
Yeah.
and I did join a few campaigns that seemed like they were going well, and then it, the the quality of it depends on the person who's
Yeah.
hosting or the DM and stuff. But like, I found a DM that I really like, and both of my campaigns are with him because it just like it works well for me, and now I'm like, okay, I'm set at least for like the next year or so.
Right. That's cool. That's so cool. So getting back into D&D, right? You're in a couple campaigns. You say you're in a couple campaigns right now? Several?
Hmm.
More than one?
Yeah.
So you're back into campaigns. Now, how did you intertwine that with with this illustration this business that you've been kind of forming and creating and molding, and how'd that come about? Was that just like offhand? Was that just like people in your group needed some portraits? Were you like oh, I can really delve into this if you guys are into the lore of your characters? What was that? What was that process like?
Yeah, I mean, it's just getting started. Like, I literally started playing D&D last year, and then I
Mm-hmm.
was just like drawing my own stuff, like, oh, this is my guy that I play.
Oh
And
yeah, yeah.
then sharing it with the group, not honestly not intending to do anything with it. It was more like the exploration of like, I remember I used to draw characters,
Mm-hmm.
and and being able to do non-fan art of characters that I'm playing that were like I'm fully in charge of their whole personality and their backstory and their trauma, because I make like really dramatic backstories that are like heart-wrenching and stuff. But like,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to draw those scenes and then be able to share it with the group and be like, that scene really stuck with me, and I felt like the need to draw it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just wanted to show this to you guys. And like, I think it just started off with me genuinely wanting to like really sit deep with these
Yeah.
characters, my own character and other ones, especially with like the friendships you form with the players, of course, but like also just with the other characters. Like, this is such a meaningful moment that I want a literal picture of it,
Mm-hmm.
and to be able to draw that. And then I ended up realizing that I can still draw, which
Mm-hmm.
is, I mean, like, I know that sounds kind of silly because it's like you don't lose the entire skill, but after years,
Oh yeah.
possibly like more than a decade, I'm like, do I still know how to draw a guy?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. No,
and
there's
then I
that's
end up
fair.
drawing him, and I'm like, shit, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is actually good, and other people telling me that it's good. So this year, I was like, let's try this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've had other businesses before, so it's not like that part is new to me, but definitely putting myself out there as like, I am an artist. You can, pay me to
Yes,
do this. It's scary. And
it is.
doing that at the beginning of this year was like, I'm gonna tell the world, but also tell as few people as possible, so that
That's
the
so
pressure
real.
is like, you know
That's
what I
the
mean?
most real. That's so relatable. Oh my gosh. Man,
Yeah, I
that
did that.
is as artist wise. I mean, like I kind of relate to that. I've been in the same boat where I every now and then will do art streams, or I'll do an art thing, or like paint a piece, or I've started to do a lot of clay things, which has been a lot of fun
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me. But I never I've had a long journey of being able to call myself an artist, or either that or an art streamer, but throughout this process I've had several, like I have a lot of art, a whole circle of like art stream buddies that I've like made through watching it, made through like just connecting with them, and they all consider me more of an art streamer than I do, which has been very interesting for me to I guess accept. I don't know. It's just hard. I guess it's just because it's so personal. I don't know if it is for you too, but it's very much like doing something like that is like so much of your soul, I feel like, into your work. And especially when it's especially when it's like a scene from your campaign that you like love or like resonate with, and it's like this is your take on something, this is your heart put into it. But that's what makes it like beautiful, you know. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you're right.
But then we have to show people.
We have to show
we
people.
Can't just hide it.
Exactly. We can't just like burn it right there. We can't just like light a match and burn it. Yeah.
Just crumble it up and put it in the
Just
garbage
for
and
me,
like
exactly.
then like yeah.
No, that's good. I love that you have. Man, that's so cool. Your journey's so cool of like discovering your loves again. That is like out of a adventure novel or something like that. It's out of like a movie. I love it.
Thank you.
You?
It has been really eerie.
Yeah.
The self-discovery, because like I don't know. I feel like this isn't the first time in my life that I've made an effort to discover myself. Like, weren't we all always trying hard to find new things about ourselves
Right.
and improve and stuff like that? But there's something about the last few months has been like, oh shit, things are happening. Oh shit, this person's interested. Oh wait, oh no, oh no.
Oh, no.
There's like
it's now real. It's now
oh no,
real.
It's working. I was right. What is this?
Almost don't want it to.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Another email from someone?
That's so funny. So specifically, you were telling me about how you recently had a project. I don't know if you're currently working on it now, but you have recently had a project where you have gotten to work on with an author for certain portraits for certain I get like a fantasy novel. Is that what you've been working on? Yeah. Tell me about that.
My gosh.
Now is the author was the author, how did you find that? Were they in one of your campaigns? This author?
No, she's an old friend from my early small business days. She was a partner in a retreat that actually a mastermind kind of thing, in a retreat that I was part of, to basically one of those things where they help you kind of like put your business together and like focus on the right things, that kind of group. And we had kind of kept in touch over the years. That was like 2018 or something like that. And my, again, with the whole like eerie things coming together right away once I announced this, like she's on my email list, right? And I did my little secret email where I was like, no one's going to read this. No one's even going to know. And I sent it out and said, I do illustrations now. And and she wrote back and she was like, her name is Marie Parks. And she said that she's got her debut solo fantasy heist novel that she wrote. And it's coming out this year. And then she was like, can I hire you to do portraits of the crew in the heist novel?
Oh, that's fun.
And I was like, what? And so she hired me to basically, I mean, like I had phrased it as like tokens for D&D because I thought it was going to be like strictly D&D related. But she was basically like, can you do a full portrait of the main guy who's like the ocean of the Ocean's 11, you know, that do a portrait of him and then do tokens of the faces of all of the crew members. And so I got to read about her crew and all the details about their personalities and what they look like and what their story, you know, basically like what they're bringing to the team.
Yeah.
And there was like artwork for the cover of the book so far, but no artwork of the other characters. And so I got to read like exclusive author behind the scenes things.
That's cool.
And draw them from scratch and like assemble a crew of, it's just amazing. Like to be able to do that right off the bat and draw someone's cast.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, no, that's so
incredible.
Cool. So what was that? yeah, question, what was that process like with working with the author? Because when you read something, it's a very personal like idea in your head, or whenever you're reading a book, that's the beauty of a book, is that it's your imagination of what these characters look like, even if they have descriptions. Everybody has something in their head differently. So was it like a how was collabing with that? Was it very much like, was it you kind of, were you getting to also kind of, because I know you're bringing yourself to your portraits that you're drawing, and your own style, your own way to do that. But was it like a lot of back and forth of between this author of like how they're trying to interpret it versus how you are interpreting it? Was there a big difference there?
There wasn't. And I think that she kind of ruined me a little because she was such a dream to work with, where,
Probably.
she was
Yep,
like, I
yep.
just like your art style. And so I'm letting you have like artist
Love that.
freedom over this. And I was like, are you kidding me? Just with just the idea of that. But we did. So she sent me, I have like a very like elaborate form that I have people fill out where I'm like, tell me everything about your character, like everything. And then we get on a call and we say it in spoken words and, and try to figure out all the missing pieces while I'm trying to come up with the image in my head. But for hers, she gave me so many details, not so many details, but like as much context, I would say, about each character. Like if they're like a sneaky kind of like very, very they come up with like mischievous plans type of person. Like that's not necessarily how they physically look, but I can depict that
kind of emulate it. Yeah,
the
you
image,
can kind of
right?
like put it. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh, that's
So
cool.
she gave me a lot of those, plus like general, it's just fantasy descriptions, like dark hair, bronze skin, that kind of thing. And so like kind of general physical traits, but then a lot of character details. And so I got to sit there with like these eight people and get to know them, and it was just like they really felt like real people to me. Cool. It was so much fun.
Plus, it's a heist book. I need this book to come out. I'm assuming it hasn't come out yet.
It's out now.
Is it out now?
Out now.
Oh well, then yeah.
Let me put her.
Oh yeah, please put that in the chat. I would love.
It's
to
Marie
look at
Parks. The book is called Flightless because she's a genius and she came up with a brand new, like a new species. So not humans, but people who have like it's basically like flying squirrel kind of anatomy. So it's like a hierarchy of regular humans, people who basically look like angels who have like, big wings and the feathers and everything. And then there's the people in the middle, and it literally like emulates their social structure, because it's also, a social hierarchy, rebellion type of world. And like, you're judged based on whether you have wings or you don't, or if you're in the middle. And I was like, ugh.
We love
so
that.
She came up with a brand new species of person, like human, with like this hang glider anatomy, which is like obviously very handy for if you're in a heist or something, if you want to jump off a roof.
Escape route, yeah.
And then
no need for a driver. Also, hello Raiders, welcome in Raiders. Good to see you. Welcome in, everybody. We are talking with Rochelle Sanch in the chat, Rochelle Sanchez, about their illustration company that they're forming and that they have, and a little bit about how they are how they're talking about I guess their beginnings of making certain illustrations into the D&D space, and also the novel space, which is awesome. The world that this your friend has made also just sounds like it could very easily be a D&D campaign.
Absolutely.
Very easily, especially a heist. I feel like that's perfect for that. So I don't know if they have even thought about that avenue with those characters.
I think part of the lore is that it's actually her initial idea for this story was that it was based on, I don't remember the name of it, but it's a board game type of thing, but it's one of those like really elaborate board games where the story involved. But she had started writing it as kind of a fan fiction for sort of a board game in this, TTRPG kind of space. So cool. And then she ended up making it her own. So it's like, how much more can I absorb all of this?
Right,
You know,
right. No, that's
like
so cool.
it's already a part of me, and I just need more of it.
Well, yeah, that's such a good man. It really is. Sometimes it's just sometimes you never know. You meet somebody, you become friends with them, and then like 10 years later, they're like they hit you up for something that's just the coolest like random offset like idea or project or something like that that they like need you specifically for, and it just kind of works out that way. That happens a lot in like the film industry for sure. I most of my roles that I've gotten hired for film wise have been because I met somebody 7 years ago and then they remembered me like 7 years
Yeah.
later after I didn't get the thing that I initially auditioned for. They were like, no, we can get that guy back in here. I remember this dude from 7 years
Yeah.
ago. But yeah, I feel like that's the way. That's how you get the better jobs. That's how you get the good stuff. You know, it's all that
Hmm.
nice word of mouth. Everybody does love a heist. I agree, Kevin. No, that's so
Yeah, when
cool
she
though.
I almost flipped out on her when she said, because like I really love heists and heist movies, like all the
That's
oceans and like what's that, Logan Lucky.
mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
really love that book. Oh my god, what's it called? Lies of Lockamora was like one of my favorite books. And yeah, when she said it's a heist thing, and I was like, like
It's
I,
kind of you did kind of get spoiled. It is a little bit of a dream commission there, a little bit of a
yeah,
dream job that you
yeah,
just got
I'm ruined.
off the
I'm
rip.
ruined,
Yeah,
Sandy.
truly. That's so fun. Um,
It's all downhill from here.
so I know that you were talking to me because I was asking you about like these. I was asking about a portfolio, and if and I know that you have a website. You do have a website that we have a link to on here. Raiders, if you want to click on this and check it out. You also have a newsletter that you're pushing, which I am excited to sign up for your newsletter and get, because I was reading a bit about like what I don't really sign up for a lot of newsletters, but I was reading a bit about yours and how you like to like send like motivational little messages and things like that. I'm so in. It might be because I'm 32. I'm so in the mindset of I need like a daily motivational little message here
You
coming at me my
gotta.
way. I got it. That's how I get through the day. That's how I get up. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, at
so
this point, you have to actively be like, this good things, put it in front of me. More good things, put it in front of me as much as
right, right.
possible, because otherwise, then you get like anyway, yeah. Compared to what people send by default, like the kinds of things that fill your algorithm and the
Hmm.
and your inbox, and now that with the texts, now that people are texting you things, I'm like,
Right, right.
can we just be cool and like not like make everyone panic as soon as they hear
Right,
you.
right.
It's just
I can't. I need to like not look at my phone in the morning is what I've recently
yeah.
figured out for sure. But no, that's so cool. So you were telling me that you need to you were wanting to update your portfolio, your website a little bit, but do you have anything on there? I'm assuming well, I guess if the book is out, then those your portraits are somewhere to be
They
seen. I'm
are.
assuming.
Yeah, the sticker sheet that she hired me for was her author giveaway. So it was the thing where
Oh,
like if you
that's
pre-ordered the
so
book,
cool.
then you
Wow.
could send her your receipt, and then she would send you like a sticker pack. So those are done,
Mhm.
and they are like a significant part of her promo and stuff. I
Do
can
you
actually
have?
send
Yeah, I
you
was about to say.
a
Do you
reel I
have
made.
a reel would be great. I would love to like be able to show something. I would love to be able to show
Yeah.
some of your works here because I haven't seen them either. I have seen, however, your which I love, which I'm gonna make you show as well, or at least want you to show is your your PNG tuber that you have is so cute, and I love it so much, and I'm very much into. Recently, I art wise, I've been into the tuber space very heavily. I think that's what I've been like focusing on recently because I just love. I don't know. I love the idea of a tuber. I love the idea of like doing tubers in like different mediums, and so I've been like really into that. So anytime that I see a really cool one like yours, which yours has like such a good, charming, um, doodle vibe to it, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Um, Yeah, it looks like it. Isn't
I mean,
it?
it's
It's
no
very crayons.
claymation.
It's well, it could be though. Your character could be. It's really cute. But
The claymation, man, you really went all out for that.
I do like me some claymation. I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of Wallace and Gromit and all that stuff. I think my
Yeah.
one VHS that I say that I played so much that I ruined the VHS tape to is James and the Giant Peach, which honestly very cursed movie to just watch as a kid.
It's like
I realize that
you
now.
got to be in the right mindset and be like,
for sure.
I am
for
an
sure.
adult. I am not afraid of tiny cartoon characters on a screen that are creepy.
Okay. So this is your reel?
This is my reel that
Yeah,
I made for her to
yeah.
promote her stuff.
Sweet. Okay, let me see if I can get this on here. Hold on 1 second.
While you're doing that, I'll try to flag down the
Please do.
the actual sticker sheet.
Good to see you, actual ghost. Good to see you, Riesland. Welcome in, everybody. If you were just joining in, I am Sandy. This is Rochelle Sands, and we are we're doing an episode of Between the Wheat, which which I don't know about you, Rochelle, but my sandwich was so good that I finished it in the first 10 minutes of our talking, which I should have paced. I should have paced myself.
Full gone.
I should have definitely paced. But
what sandwich?
Exactly. All right, let me get this source up here. There we go. Thank you, Fantasy. Thank you so much. Vegan, good to see you. Okay. I've got you now. Wow, I cannot wait to see these. I can't wait. I'm so happy that the book is out. I did not know that the book was out. I'm very happy that I can I can take a look-see at that now.
The main character is Arrow Ace, so she released it on like asexual awareness or
very cool. I
forget
love
what
that.
it was. Yeah, it was really cool.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna watch this reel if that's cool. If that's okay with you. So let's see. Does this show? I'm assuming this is all encompassing. It's an all encompassing little reel situation. Does this show?
Yeah, it was me promoting, telling people to buy.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
To pre-order her book, but I did it in my Rochelle way. If you can play it from the beginning somehow.
I believe I can. I'm gonna reload
it. I'm sorry. You want me to promote your thing? Of course. Let me do this.
All right. Let me. I think reloading it will do that. I love this. That's so cute. Little get ready with me book launch edition. That is very, that is very, over the course of like the last week or so or a couple weeks, I've gotten to talk to you a little bit more and I've gotten to know you a little bit more. And this is confirmed very, Rochelle coded is what I just saw. That is very thank you. How you would promote a thing. I love that. That's so cool. Yeah, these are all okay. Yeah. So I was seeing a little bit of oh my gosh, you are This is incredible. Oh my goodness. Hold on. I was clicking. I think if I can also just put these on the screen as well. 1 second. Grab that real quick. Grab this real quick.
Yeah, Fantasy Animal Vegan, the blue purple lips was my attempt at being an influencer. Because it was that kind of thing where you put it on your lips and then you like reveal it. And I was like, let me add a little bit of that.
This is your time. That's your influencer moment.
And once you're done with the lips, then you take the stickers and you apply them to your face and your glasses.
Okay, so this is the main character, correct? This is the main one guy right here. Yeah.
Yup, that's Riff. He's the ocean of the Ocean's 11.
This is incredible. This is giving like, oh man, it's almost. I mean, you got your style is very. It's so. What am I trying to say? It's giving like a little bit. There's like a tinge of Disney in there in like the best way. If I could say that, it's giving like. This character specifically is giving like which I don't even know if it's Disney or not, but it's giving Atlantis. It's giving Lost City of Atlantis a little bit.
Oh yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Which was one of my favorite movies of all time. But
yeah, compliment.
Very
Compliments,
cool.
yes.
Very cool. Oh, I love this so much. No, so you're rolling up in your D&D sessions, just randomly being like, so I thought that this was the scene that we just did, and you're coming up with this kind of stuff. That's just like willy nilly. No one asked, and you're like, all right, I'll bring my A game for that.
Yeah, I'm kind of an asshole, huh? This is kind of asshole behavior.
No, that's awesome. That's what every DM. I mean, I'm assuming your DMs in which you were bringing these for were absolutely ecstatic about it, because there's nothing cooler. I mean, being an author, having your characters made, but also being a DM and having your characters made is that's a part of your story or your scene that you created is like so cool. I would assume that they would love that.
Yeah, it's the usual like player DM dynamic where like I give him shit for everything, but also we appreciate each other. So.
Yeah, this is awesome. And so these are the
you
other...
can't be too nice,
right?
To people.
So these are the other 8 that you got going on. So you got to do 9 full characters. Oh, these are so
8 total, because that's him in the top.
Oh,
corner.
You're right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, 8 total. Cool. Oh, that's so fun. How long did this take you? How long does it take you to do a project like this? Usually,
It depends.
I mean,
honestly,
this was a hefty
like
one.
The worst answer.
I would assume that. Yeah, it is. No, but like my question's the worst question. To be fair, that's not. You can't quantify that. But I guess what I'm asking specifically, this project. How long did this take you to do?
This one was real fast.
Really?
She got to me. Yeah, because she was like, "Guess what? I have a book and it's releasing in 2 months." Like,
okay. Gotcha.
It was like, all right, I got you. It was one of those like, how do I make it so that I can say yes to this? So very much
cool.
Setting out my timeline and being like 8 characters, first batch of 4 by this time in 2 weeks, next batch of 4, and then like back and forth for edits, which there weren't very many of. But yeah, it was a lot of fun and there was definitely a like, that crash that you have after finals in college where you're like, I can breathe again and I can, that kind of thing. But it was the good kind somehow where I got to do a lot of fun things, lots of heavy work for someone that I love and for a project that sounds amazing and was amazing to work on. And then you crash after because it was like
right.
so much creative work
juices being
put into it.
Yeah. It just drains you. It rolls you like a toothpaste, like the extra toothpaste in a toothpaste bottle.
Good job, Rochelle.
We do have right. right. Now shut down real quick and restart, reboot. We have a question for you. Who is Daddy Beard Muffin on the top right? Yes, please. We would love to know. Inquiring minds want to know about top right beard Daddy Muffin. Yeah, top right Zaddy.
Yeah, he's definitely the caring mentor, older, older influence
Yeah.
who's been through stuff and is probably, going to be weighing in on these young people's terrible plans type of thing. But he is like the mentor to the main guy, Riff. His name, the older guy's name is Sal. And yeah, he definitely has the older man, smile lines, bronze skin. He's been out in the world. He's been living his life.
Yeah, I like him. Do you want to go through? I mean, do you want to tell me about some of these? Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite of this
Yeah.
eight? I see you have one that is, I mean, kind of resembling, because you were saying how they kind of resembled angels a little bit, but they
Mhm.
have like they're almost animalistic, in a way,
Yeah.
like a flying squirrel. I see bottom right
Mhm.
is
Yeah, she's the
showing,
only
I'm
one
assuming,
that
wings.
that
Yeah.
has the actual, like, the typical
Uh-huh.
angel wings type of thing. And then I these would be questions for the author probably, because I can't quite
Very
remember which
fair.
ones have like the wing
Yes. Yes.
flaps
Yes.
and which ones do not. I think that I want to say they all have them, because I know that the girl in the second row,
Uh,
I think she's the only one that is not. But I might be wrong about that. So
I guess we have to read
get
the
get get
book
the
to
book.
find out. Yeah,
Go get the
exactly.
book. And
Now,
yeah.
now you said that you got to read exclusive content for this. Did you get to read, like, did you get to read the book? Did you get to read the whole book before it came out, or did you get to
No.
yeah, I was assuming like the author probably gave you like just heavy descriptor content and
Yeah.
things like that to read. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So have you read the book now yet?
I have not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one of those people who needs to finish one book before I go on
Oh,
to another book, or else I get all the universes mixed
I'm
up.
so much the same. Absolutely.
Okay.
What book are you currently reading? Is the
I am
question.
currently listening to The Bright Sword,
Oh, I've
by
heard of that actually. I know. Why
it's
do
the
I know
guy
that?
that did the Magicians series, which I haven't
Oh,
read, but
really?
apparently that's what
Okay.
he's known for. Bright Sword by something. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know where I've heard of that, but I've definitely heard of that title. That's cool.
Lev Grossman.
Are you a big fantasy reader?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I was back in the day, and then of course life. But
of course.
yeah, I'm near the end of the Bright Sword. I think I have like 3 hours left
Mhm.
out of it, which is basically the end of the book. But it's good. It's a retelling of King Arthur kinds of stuff with
Oh,
lots
that's
of twists
fun.
and turns and queerness and
We love
pagan
that. We love
stuff.
that.
So I'm like, very cool.
That's
But
really
yeah, I need
cool.
to finish that before I get into this one. But I did go to her she did an online launch. So she had
Mhm.
like all of her events and her kind of like book tour thing that I think she's still doing, where she's doing different events to promote it. But like she did an online Zoom version of a book launch and read the first chapter for us. And it was like total, I mean, like I can't fangirl hard enough, but I also fangirl so hard over it, where I was like listening to her read it and then hearing all of these characters, because she did a really good intro
Yeah,
where almost all of them were introduced almost immediately, because it's like it's a heist, so you have to like dump the audience right into the action
for
and
sure.
be like, oh, we're in a job, no context, you just have to follow along. And she read out the first chapter that basically introduced everyone in their spots, and it was really fun for me to be like, oh, it's them, oh, it's them, oh, it's them, and like, get to
That's
see
so
these characters
cool.
moving,
Yeah.
like I could see them moving.
Yeah, you have like a special part in it too. You got that. You got your
Yeah.
heart is a part of that book as well. I love that.
Yeah. I can't wait to read it.
That's so
I'm really
fun.
looking forward to it.
Well, now I got to check it out too. I am also, by the way, the same as you, where I have to finish a book before I start another one. Book wise, definitely I have to do that. I also do that with games as well. But I'm at the very end of I've been reading Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy for the first time, which has been a fun read. That's just such a silly book. I was just sent for my birthday by someone here, by Scrims. Scrims sent me. I don't know if you've heard of Dungeon Crawler Carl. Have you heard of that book series yet?
I have heard of it. I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't read it myself.
I have not. I just got the first one sent to me, and because I've heard nothing but good things, so that's probably gonna. I mean, I guess Hitchhikers is also fantasy. I guess I'm just deep in fantasy right now as well, so I might as well tack on this to the list, to the roster. Yeah, see, literally, it's fantasy in here. Every single person that I talk to that has read Carl said that that's a good book too. Um, there's just so many good ones out there. So much good stuff. No, I'm excited to read this though. That's so cool. So when was this? Was this pretty recent? Was this a pretty recent venture? This commission here?
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
was just
yeah. How
in
when did you like decide to really start to like be like, okay, I'm actually gonna get a website going. I'm gonna get a newsletter here. Like when did you decide to do that? How recent ago was that?
that was in January of this year.
Pretty recent. That's
Yeah.
that's really recent. Yeah. That's so
Yeah.
cool.
I did the thing where like after the holidays I'm like I'm gonna do the scary thing and
Mhm.
then send my email to my list and hope that nothing happens and I can just like, not throw up over it. And then
And
got
then you
this.
had so many reasons to throw up. You had so many throw up reasons for sure coming right at
Yeah.
you. That's so cool. So very fresh, very I
Very
guess
fresh
relatively
and still
new. I mean,
weird.
yeah, I bet. I mean, that's
Yeah.
gonna take a little bit, but the more you do, the more time passes, the more I'm sure you'll you won't have as much imposter syndrome there, but you also don't seem to
Yeah,
have too much of that. I mean, I the way that you know that you know that you got something. You know that you're
I do.
yeah,
I'm not that
it's
much of
cool.
an asshole to be like denying it and be like,
There we go.
"Oh,
Yeah,
I
we
had
like that.
no
We
idea."
like that. We
Just
like
like
that.
there are people who would
We
be
love a
like that, but I'm
self-aware.
like, "No, I am willing to admit that like, oh shit, I can do this and also it's working
Yeah.
and oh no and you know I'm in that phase right
Hmm.
now.
Hmm.
Like I eventually will get to the point where I'll just be able to like sit in my chair and talk about my work and be like, "Oh yeah," and then
Right.
we can just continue with all of this. But in the meantime, I'm like and like,
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
making all these funny faces and not wanting to really wanting to go into denial. But then also knowing that would be a lie to myself and to other people. So it's
Yes.
just
Yes. Yes. Yes.
got to
So
deal with it as it
cool.
comes up.
So I have not. Yeah. So tell me about your newsletter that you're wanting to promote a little bit. Is it what all is included? What all is the vibe of it? What all goes into that? I am not. I don't know too much about. I guess I just don't subscribe to a lot of newsletters that I know of. But I feel like I should start. But yeah, tell me what's included with this.
Yeah,
If
I
you
mean
subscribe.
it's just my emails that I send out. I have set a pretty decent goal for myself to let people know what I'm working on behind
Mhm.
the scenes. Just twice a month. I'm like, just let people know what I'm doing and what's working and what's not. And the art drops behind the scenes where I don't
Mhm.
have to like make a reel or a carousel or write a really good caption or do all the promotion. It's just like, no, it's just whoever's interested, you can just be along for the journey and hear what it's like
Mhm.
on my side of the screen, where it's
Yeah, a little
less
BTS.
glamorous and
Mhm.
less calculated, I guess, like less curated, I
Mhm.
want to say, because it's just, again, with the whole like you got to be careful what you consume on the internet. It's just it sucks to open up an app and then really expect an algorithm to give you the kind of stuff that you need to hear
Right.
about.
Yeah.
And so like with my newsletter, I'm like, okay, well, I'm still doing things. I still care about things. And, my work, I believe, is part of like a bigger picture of like storytelling, progressive storytelling that I want to see more of in the world. And especially, like working with fellow creators and collaborating and stuff like that. And just like I I have been on the side of getting all of those emails where you're just like, I don't I wanted to know what you were working on. I didn't want to be pitched all of the projects and all the discounts and the coupon codes and
Cuz
last act and
yeah,
last
it
chance.
little less of that. I agree. I think that
Yeah.
letting people in on your process is promotion, and you know what I mean. It's just real. It's just being real, though. It's just being authentic. So
Yeah.
I like the way that
Yeah.
I like the way that
So
you think about that. I like the way you're doing that.
I'm trying to get myself to do that regular, because it's funny. Like, I set the bar really low where I'm like, well, I'm just going to tell people what I'm working on. But then also that in itself has a lot of pressure, because I'm like, am I telling them right? Am I telling them too much?
Yeah,
Am I, is this, so I will
it's
admit
a
I'm
work
still
in
figuring it out.
progress. Yeah, it's still a
You
figure.
know,
You literally started in January. You're just totally fine.
it's twice a month. Okay. It's just twice a month where you get to see me, write stuff and share stuff, and, talk about the things and people I've collabed with. Like with this, this will probably be in my next newsletter. So, like,
cool. Oh, that's so fun. Hi, newsletter. So with you doing a newsletter, do you also have like, I mean, do you also do social? Do you also have like an Instagram? Do you have like because that's a very
I do.
art heavy social. I would assume you have one of those. I need to follow you on Instagram. That's what I definitely need to do as well.
Yeah, that's definitely taken a back burner compared to the
Yeah.
newsletter, just because, I mean, like I said, I have like a marketing background, and
Yeah.
statistically newsletters are more likely to do your selling better than like social
Yes.
media algorithm kind of stuff. But, I will eventually start to like post there somewhat regularly, just so that it doesn't look like it's been abandoned.
Well,
Like Instagram.
even if it's not like a thing you keep up with, at least I in 2026, I think, unfortunately, maybe to a degree, Instagram is just a really good way to have to just show a portfolio of like everything that you've done, or like you want to show off, even if you don't post, at all,
True.
But yeah, just to be
Or
able
even
to
just having like a
see your stuff.
placeholder of stuff where, like, people look you up on Instagram, but it may not have been like very recent, but at least they get a really good idea of what you do. Like, that's enough too. She says to herself as she hides under her weighted blanket. You don't have to do much as I go into hiding.
So yeah, what I don't know, are there any like, I guess, are there any like dream, I mean, you kind of like got a sweet out the gate commission already, but I was going to ask you, like, what if you like had like dream scenarios, or like dream projects, or like you know what I mean, like do you have any of those in your mind right now? Do you what's the next step for you, I guess I would say, in terms, are you just trying to grow and just get the word out there currently for peeps?
Yeah, I think it's, for next steps, it's really just a matter of like taking things one step at a time for myself, because I still am in the grieving process, and
Absolutely,
it just like jumps out of you, the mental health stuff and the grief and all that. Like, I have an idea in mind of what I want to do, and what Rochelle of like 3 years ago would have been able to do. Like the workload where you're like, oh yeah, just get all these things done, and then we move on to the next thing, and then we look at our statistics, and then we, move on to the next whatever, best business decision there is to like scale it. And it's like, oh, I really don't have that right now. And so at the moment, it's like things like this. What small step can I take to let people know about what I'm working on that doesn't feel like a really heavy lift?
Yeah.
So talking to people and like collaborating and just making it fun for myself, so it doesn't feel like work.
I hope you've had fun.
And
I hope you've had fun
it
eating a
really,
sandwich with
I
me. It's been a lot of
have.
fun.
Yeah.
I've loved this. I also love hearing about how because you were saying, I mean, what you've done, from what I have heard up until this point, has been very, very, as you said earlier, also is very, very, it's very, very, very like not only just art and cool stories, but it's been very like progressive too. You've done, like, I mean, like with the author, was the author who was also kind of like doing ACE awareness and things like that. That was that character. Okay, yeah. That kind of stuff is awesome too. I mean, it gives such a good also, purpose to to what you're doing, it's a whole added layer of appreciation that you can have for it. So that's really cool. That's
Yeah,
really
and I
cool that
think
you're
that's
doing that.
really the magic of like storytelling and role play
For
is
sure.
that you can have real issues that people are working through and experiencing in real time, but then you get to I don't know, for me a lot of the pull with D&D was that I was like, "Oh, I get to create a character and I get a little bit of more control over what happens."
Hmm.
I get to be creative with it, but then I also kind of get to feel these things, feel these emotions and have these internal responses to events that happen in the campaign that may or
Hmm.
may not reflect some of the challenges that we're going through in real life. And to be able to have like a safe, controlled environment for people who are going through really hard things is really nice. And I didn't realize how helpful TTRPGs can be for that, where
Right.
you just like you make friends and the whole point is like you sit down together and the idea is that you're just like helping each other and having fun and laughing and literally your job is to be like supportive and bring things out of each other that tell a story together. It's like
Hmm.
collaborative and supportive. And it's just like I just think that there's a lot you can do with storytelling in terms of like role play games, even with, this project with the author, there are so many issues that we're facing right now.
Yeah.
And you can talk about it in the context of art, where you're a little bit separate from it. You can feel a little bit of that safety, but then you also feel seen because other people are putting it into words and into artwork that you can see.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love that. I love that so much. Um, I have cat. Cat has a question. And I was gonna ask about this too, because the stuff that you're sending me and the stuff that's on the screen is like this is digital. This is digital art that you've been doing.
Yeah.
Now
Mhm.
are you solely digital, or do you have other mediums that you want to try or like delve into, or do you do any other mediums?
Yeah,
Um,
I my like when I first started like trying out art last year before I got into like the character design part
mhm.
of my obsession was
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of watercolor and gouache
Whew.
and stuff. And so I would like to be able to do that. I'm definitely like all of these are digital, but I think it's mostly because I understand that it's like kind of the modernized medium
Yeah.
of artwork that
Yeah.
people kind of expect right now. So I'm kind of it's a little bit of the okay, this is what, people expect.
People
And so I'm
expect.
going to
Yeah.
show my style within that medium. But I even for all of these, I draw in a sketchbook with like a cheapo Bic,
Yeah.
pencil. I can't do it. I can't just draw on a tablet. I tried all the nibs and all the covers and the screen protectors and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
I
That
was like,
makes it
I
feel
can't
like
do it. I
paper and
can't do it.
whatnot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, so for me it's always pencil on paper and then onto the scanner and then it turns into Procreate stuff.
Gotcha.
Um
Okay, cool. Cool.
yeah, so like pretty much all of these I have some kind of scribbly version of it in my
Hmm.
sketchbook where it started out. But yeah, I would love to be able to get like my watercolor or like alcohol marker type of
Yeah.
medium. And you like feel a little more comfortable with that because of course I just you don't have the selection and the move tools when things go wrong with
That's true.
pencils.
Watercolor
Uh,
is my it's my favorite medium of art in terms of, I mean, if it wasn't, I guess clay is up there too, but watercolor is
yeah,
like one of my favorite. It's so beautiful, but it's like also it's my worst nightmare because I just
it's your
cannot.
enemy
It's my
too.
enemy. I cannot with that, man. I'm so
It's
scared of
like
watercolor.
beautiful and then
Yeah.
it's so mean.
It's very me. It's unforgiving. You're so right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's
That's why I like
cool.
gouache better because I'm like, oh yeah, well I'm just gonna color right over you. How do you like that?
that's a good. That's a good way to think about it. Um. No, that's cool. Oh, that's a good. Troyer's asking if you'd ever get a watercolor tattoo. I have a question on top of that. Would you even be open? I mean, man, it'd be so. Have you ever designed a tattoo for anybody yet? I feel like
I
that's in the future.
haven't.
I feel like that's a thing that you could totally do. I don't
Yeah, that
know.
would be cool.
That'd be really cool to have somebody's art on your
Shit, if
arm,
if
on
if
their
someone
arm,
had a
your art
character
on
that
their
they
arm.
loved,
Right?
yeah,
Yeah,
and
wouldn't
then
that
I
be
make a
awesome?
tattoo of it,
That'd
that'd
be
be really
so
fun.
cool. That's awesome.
That's goals. That's goals right there. To have my art on somebody's body.
Right.
Mm.
I did I have one tattoo on my arm, and it's from Lord Spew, who's an art streamer, animator, worked a lot of different cool places like Adult Swim and all that animation, and
Uh-huh.
he drew out of I think I was just in a call with him live. We were just chit chatting while he was doodling, and I think I was doodling at the same time, just something random. But he started drawing me as a tanuki like cat, but holding like a foot long like sub sandwich. And I loved it so much that I tattooed it on my body. And he was like, I was like, can I just put this on my body? He's like, yeah. He's like, that'd be cool. He's like, I don't know that he's ever had anybody
Aw.
tattoo their stuff on their body or his art on their body. So he was pumped about it.
What a compliment to Lord's View.
I love it so much. And now I'm kind of ruined. Lord Spew kind of ruined it, ruined me on it. Not ruined it, ruined me on it. Where I now, if I want more tattoos, and I refuse to get any other artist for my tattoos, other than Lord Spew. So now he's my go-to guy. Now he's my go-to.
Yeah.
But
now you're just gonna collect all of them.
artist
and be
tattoos.
like, can you add to
Yeah. I'll just collect all of my artist friends' tattoos. I'll hit you up for one too. Yeah. No, that's cool. Well, sweet. I had, I did have a lot of. We've been going through such good lore with you. I definitely had so many little grilled cheese fun facts, but I didn't. I didn't know where to sprinkle those in.
Oh no, you gotta share some. Come on. No, give me like your top 3.
Okay, while I'm doing
grilled
that,
cheese lore.
while I'm giving you my top 3, can you send me or show? I really want to show people your awesome PNG tuber as well, just because it's so cute. I do have to,
yeah.
we do need to see it. So I'm gonna pull up my little.
How do I do that? I make it into.
Oh, that's a good question.
So I would probably just be replacing my camera with it.
Yes,
yeah?
I think so. Okay, I got some facts. Oh yes. So the grilled cheese is actually I did an episode one time of Between the Wheat. It was one of my first ones that I did of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich was the sandwich that we did. And I talked about that a lot, where a PB&J was really, really popular. It became popular in like the 20s and around like recession because it was so easy to make. And a grilled cheese is, I mean, of course it is. It's definitely in the same boat where it became popular because of affordability during the Great Depression. It's definitely consistently ranked among America's top comfort foods of all time. April 12th, which was pretty recent, is actually National Grilled Cheese Day, and I did not know that. I love.
Look at us honoring it.
Right.
Honor the grilled cheese.
Same month. We got it right in the month. It's Grilled Cheese Month.
Yeah.
Grilled Cheese awareness, for sure. Let's see. The term grilled cheese became widespread only from the 1960s on. Before that, it was not known as that. I wonder what it was called.
Yeah, I wonder what they called it before. Just a cheese sandwich?
I would assume cheese sandwich, yeah.
Fried cheese?
Fried cheese. I want to call it
You
that.
know, I would love a fried grilled cheese.
I would too.
I feel like that would be
like a breaded fried grilled cheese.
Just take it up a notch.
It's like a mozzarella stick, but it's a grilled cheese inside of a mozzarella stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had a grill? There used to be I think it's called Cheesy's. There used to be a place in Chicago that I went to that was literally a restaurant just for grilled cheeses, like gourmet, nice grilled cheeses, bougie grilled cheeses. And yeah, it was, I remember getting this one every time I'd go in there where it was like it was a grilled cheese, and then they also put just like this incredible mac and cheese inside of the grilled cheese. Oh, it was putting mac and cheese inside of grilled cheese is like a next level step there. That's how you really bougie it up. All right. Do you have
And you describe it the way you did with your salami, just a sliver, just a sliver of
and then
mac
they give
and
you
cheese.
a mountain. They give you an absolute mountain to work
Yeah.
with.
But that's the trick we learned. That's the code word for like just slather it on. Please.
I think I offended the chef there at the deli by asking for a little bit of salami, and they were like, "No, sir, you don't know, you don't understand." You don't understand. Oh, the world's most expensive grilled cheese sold for $28,000 at auction because it had the Virgin Mary's image toasted on it. So $28,000.
That's what we're missing. We didn't toast
the Virgin
Mary on our either of
we did not.
Our sandwiches today. Start it over. Start the stream over.
Start it over. Okay. Do you have
I believe I have it.
You think you have it? You think you have it to show?
Let me see. Switch my camera. See if it plays nice. Hello.
It's perfect. I am so obsessed.
Hello
with
and
this.
greetings.
It's watercolor. Oh my gosh, I love it.
And it's
so
in front
much.
of my wall. It's like still in front of my wall of stuff. In front
of your wall. It's so cute. Hold on, let me make you a little bit bigger on my end here. Click you. Got a little bit. 1 second.
Hello, everyone. Hello, chat.
I'm obsessed.
Please go get yourself a grilled cheese sandwich with the Virgin Mary on it.
With this. Thank you for the shout out for Virgin Mary. The Virgin Mary shout out.
If there's anything you can take away from this, it's that we must have salami and the Virgin Mary on our grilled cheese sandwiches. That's how it's done.
It is. You have such a nice voice for this tuber. I love it. I'm obsessed.
Thank you.
Thank you for showing us, by the way.
I can tell you the secret with this one. So like I use what's it called? Veto tube. And so it asks you for different, like it's like the open mouth, closed eyes, and stuff like that. And so what you're looking at right now is just an animated GIF of the mouth doing random shapes,
little movements.
Yeah, so this is technically me and my mouth open.
Yes. I love
that. And so it's like an animated version of it.
It's so good. It's so cute. Thank you for showing us that.
You're welcome.
So good. No, you've also sent me a lot more. You've sent me a lot more pieces that you've been working on. Are these what are these last couple things that you sent me for? What were they for?
These are. So I sent you 4 of them. These are 4 of, well, 2 of them are the same guy, but these are my characters that I play.
Oh, very cool.
That I have played at least.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Yeah, I'll be able to. I'll try to put them also on the screen, but I'll definitely look at these here in just a second. But
yeah, we don't have to look at all of them, but like
no, because I love these so much. I am going to show every single one of these, by the way.
Okay.
No,
it's your show. It's your show. Sorry.
Hey, you're so right. You're so right. It's my show. It's my show. Finger guns. We are. This has been so cool learning about this and hearing about this journey that you've had. Your journey is awesome. It's very book worthy as well. I feel like you're writing your own memoir a little bit over there with this self-discovery journey. I love it. I guess one of my last questions that I have is, have you, I guess throughout this journey, have you come across any, what are some, have you had any like major challenges that you've had? And if so, what were they? You've only been going for like a couple months, but what are some of the challenges that you've seen with doing something like this, with starting something like this, I guess? If you could.
I would say that and I realize how absolutely steeped in privilege this is, because it's like, oh no, poor Rochelle, things are going well for her. But like, it's one of those things where like, it's hard to do scary things, and it's hard to do things that are like, At least from my own background as a business owner, where I haven't gotten to see a lot of people do something like where they like start over and then start an illustration type of service or business from scratch.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of it is me using my marketing background and being strategic about it while also juggling the grief process, while also being like, oh, this is very different from, selling a course or
Yes.
selling
Yes. Yeah.
consulting services. It's like so different. And I think the hardest thing is wrapping my head around how much potential there is, but also just understanding that like you can only do so many things. Like you can only
Fair.
get up and do one thing, and if it feels like your body's going to like collapse because you're so tired and drained from it, then like, well, then that's your only thing for the day.
Right.
And you're just going to have to be okay with it. Like
Yeah. Just be
especially
gentle
for
with
me as
yourself. Yeah.
yeah, for me as a cuz like, I went to architecture school, and that came from me being like super overachiever in high school, and all of that stuff that follows you into adulthood when you're actually trying to achieve your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, "Oh, I don't have to impress people. I just have to focus on one or two things." And it's hard to, listen to that part of myself that has learned from life experience,
Mm-hmm.
uh, while also getting things done. So it's like every day
Yeah.
feels like I'm juggling a bunch of stuff, even if literally I'm only juggling one thing.
Right.
And I think that's a little embarrassing, but it's true.
No,
And
that's the
sometimes it's really hard to
process.
hard to
Yeah.
carry one thing.
For sure. That's so cool. Well, I am out of questions for you. This has been a wonderful this has been a wonderful time. I love sitting and learning about. I've loved learning about you and learning about all this kind of stuff. And thank you so much for even wanting to do something with me, or like with this whole process has been nothing but a very easy back and forth between us. I think, at least, I don't know, but
Yeah.
of figuring this out. And I don't know. Do you have any parting words of wisdom, or anything you'd like to plug specifically, or you know, I always want to, at the end of these, I always want to do I don't know if you've seen Hot Ones. Have you seen that show? The hot
Oh yeah.
the hot wings.
The
Where I'm
camera
like,
here,
this
camera
camera,
here,
this camera,
camera
this
here.
camera. Let the people go on.
Yeah.
Know what you
There
got
you go.
going on with your life, exactly. No, yeah. If you want to
I
plug
like
something
that. No, that's
specific,
good context.
if you want to plug anything specific, if you want to tell us anything, if we skipped over something that you wanted to talk about, yeah, just let me know. You
No, this
know,
was a really great, and thank you for being so open to it. I was
yeah.
like, because this idea came from me being like watching you do the other like sponsorship kind of things for to
Mhm.
get that IRL backpack, and I was like, let me in on this. Like I'm trying to find
That's
ways
so
to
cool.
like people to sponsor, and it's just always a nice thing to be able to sponsor like other creatives
Yeah.
rather than like, I could have put all this money into like Facebook ads or
Mhm.
something and just like hoped for the best. But this is way more fun.
No, this is way
And
more fun, and it's definitely.
yeah.
I've been so excited about this, because this is the first time that anything remotely like this has happened, where, a community member or a viewer or someone has come up to me and been like, "Hey, can I sponsor you for this thing, for your goal, but
Yeah.
also for my goal?" And it's this cool. It's a cool like collaboration situation, and I mean, I was racking my head around what we would do, because I had several different ideas. We could have like talked and chit chatted, or played games together, or something, like anything like that. Or even doodled or done art together. But
Yeah.
but then literally, it had been so long that this didn't come to my head until later. Of like, I was like, oh, I actually have kind of an interview
Yeah.
podcasty kind of show that
You
I've
have a
done before.
show.
So I was like, oh, we could just do that. I guess that's what we got to do now. It's kind of on brand.
Yeah.
So it was
I'm really glad that you got to like, bring it back too.
yeah, me
Like
too, me too.
to
Now I want to
because
do more. So
now like everyone in chat, you know how it can go,
exactly.
and it's like a lot of fun. You can eat a sandwich with Sandy,
That's
and
true. That's
you
true.
know, it's like I really like how it turned out. And I feel like this is I mean, like, people help people,
Yeah.
and I think that this is like the way to do it rather than, you know, relying on the usual things that come up when you think about sponsorships and money and marketing and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Like, no, you can just support your friends.
That's
You know,
true.
support nice people on the internet. That works too. That's like technically what we're doing, but without all the jargon and
Yeah.
everything like that. So this is really fun for me to be able to do this and yeah, to hang out with you.
Yeah, it's been so fun hanging out with you, and I'm down, hang out in the future. I don't know what kind of games you like playing, but I'm a gamer. I'll play games with you as well and whatnot. It
Yeah.
doesn't even have to be a sponsor thing or anything like that. It can just be gaming, you know. So
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I
yeah, Mr. Troyer, get that bond me. That's the call to
Tougher Bomb Me,
action,
yeah.
really.
Troyer was the last one that did a Between the Weed episode with me. He came into town and
Okay,
visited,
yeah,
and
yeah, you said
we did
that.
like a little sandwich
Okay,
with
yeah,
him.
full circle then.
Yeah,
We
very
all
full
that's
circle.
the takeaway. Yeah, but I think that my newsletter is the best way to do it just because it's it's the simplest place for me to just like be myself and write a few sentences that say very plainly what I'm working on
Mhm.
without all the extra added pressure of being a person on the internet and
Exactly.
all of
Yes.
that what that entails. So yeah, if you want to keep in touch and hear about stuff that I'm working on or things that I'm considering trying out, you know, maybe things like this, maybe something else a little different and
Mhm.
we'll see how it goes. Also if you just want to like that's probably the best the best way to get in touch with me is via email, like responding to the newsletter and just say hi. Maybe we can hang out sometime.
Sweet. Yeah, I'm also excited because I was talking to you a little bit about this, but I definitely um I mean I'm in a process art wise of like I'm trying to make a children's book and trying to do things with
Yeah.
publishing and book like, but
Yeah.
like I definitely know there are definitely like other writers, streamers and things like that that are doing fantasy novels and stuff like that that I would love to introduce you to and for you to meet. So I'm excited to do that too. They were in here earlier. I don't know if they're still hanging out or lurking, but I hopefully I get to see you somewhere else on the Twitch sphere as well, chit chatting and doing cool things. So this has been so much fun though. Thank you so much for coming on. This has been I've been like so giddily awaiting this day. So I'm happy that it finally
Oh,
happened. Yeah,
that's great.
it was fun. It was fun to
Thank you
set
so
up
much
and
for
all that.
having me. Totally
Yeah.
worth it. Lots of fun.
I will chit chat with you on the flip flop. I don't even know how to end a call. I don't know how to end a call like this.
See you on the other
Yes.
side of the
See
wheat.
you on the other side of the wheat. Oh, that's good. We're always saying that now. Can we coin that? Can we use that?
Yeah, yeah. Let's
Okay.
do it.
See you on the other side of the wheat. Sweet. Okay, bye. Well, that was awesome.